I'm Hank Stoltz. Behind the scenes at the Hanover Theater, and here is your host, Lisa Condon. And Lisa, a very exciting show today, as your guest is Ricky Duran, who's joining us on the phone from Austin, Texas.
Yes. Good morning to everybody.
So this is, this is very exciting. Obviously, we had hoped for a tremendous homecoming concert at the Hanover Theater for Ricky Duran from The Voice. He wasn't able to be at the Hanover, but he gave us a tremendous performance from his home in Austin. And now you're here not only to talk to Ricky, but the fact is that concert will be happening at the Hanover in the future.
It totally will, and I'm totally excited about that. And the amazing thing is, honestly, in our marketing meetings, we were actually talking about, all right, so obviously things are uncertain right now. You know what I mean? And we're looking ahead at our immediate schedule, and we're like, ooh, these things, we know that they need to be rescheduled. And wouldn't it be awesome if Ricky Duran, our hometown guy, you know what I mean, that we all love, kind of brought us back in the fall, is really what we were talking about. And then, lo and behold, I found out that was happening. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, can we announce that with Hank, our friend? And Ricky said yes. And so love the date. We're looking at that at 10/10/2020, which, if that's not symbolic and an omen of great things to come, something for us to kind of hang our hat on, that, yes, it is going to be safe for us to come back together again in October, you know.
Yeah.
Really good.
Well, let's bring Ricky into the conversation, and Lisa Condon and Ricky Duran right here on Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yes. So, good morning, Ricky. We're doing great. I know you're a big friend of Hank Stoltz and the show here, and the audience is excited because we've announced that you're coming back on October 10th, 2020. And, you know, I'd love it if you could share what's really special to you about coming back to Worcester, especially at a time like this, especially thinking that this is really going to be that time in the fall when we're really looking forward to reopening, as long as it's safe for everybody, obviously.
Right. So yeah, I was looking forward to coming back in May and performing for my homecoming show. You know, since The Voice, I haven't really given Worcester a big performance, and you know, due to all this, I think that coming back in October when everything's good to go and safe will be huge, and I hope that you know, Worcester supports it and everybody comes out, because I think it's going to be a great time.
Well, I have to say, I did watch the blind audition when you auditioned at The Voice, and you won my heart personally when I saw there was your three sisters there cheering you on. And the fact that you got a standing O from all four judges, I think that even if we don't know you from this area, we saw right away that not only are you incredibly talented, but you've got really strong roots. So talk to us a little bit about that moment and, you know, your journey from, wow, standing O, all four judges turn around, to moving across the country and now coming back.
Yeah, it's been a wild journey. It's strange because I almost didn't audition for The Voice, and I don't know what I was thinking, actually. I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? But, you know, when you're on that stage and the nerves are running, and, you know that you're singing to four superstars right there, I kind of almost blacked out in the first portion of it. But when they all turned around, it kind of gave me like a relief, like, okay, I did it. Like, this is, you know, I came to do this, and I got all of them to turn around in a matter of 30 seconds, which is incredible. And it's a life-changing thing. And then to, you know, since then, and get as far as I did, which is, I was blown away. I was kind of unexpected, to me anyway. But yeah, after The Voice, just to be here in Austin and take in all that recognition, and it's really amazing how it just blows my mind sometimes to just walk down the street and be recognized in, you know, places other than my hometown. But it is so important to me to come back to Worcester, because that's the city that's shown me the most love and obviously, given me the most support. So I really owe them a lot, and I can't wait to put on a performance in October.
Oh, absolutely. And it's amazing to me and awe-inspiring to think of 4 musical legends all turning around and giving you that much love and adoration and acknowledgement for your talent. And I can only imagine what it was like to choose. Did you know going in that if Blake turned around, he was going to be your guy?
No, I didn't. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I really like John Legend's music. I think he pertains to my style the most out of the coaches. But I also knew from talking to other contestants that he was going to be one of the most chosen coaches, and also chosen by people that are kind of similar to my genre, which is like bluesy and R&B. So I figured I would stand out on Blake's team. And I also heard that Blake, takes care of his contestants and often, keeps in contact after and shows support. So that's why I went with Blake.
Good for you. Good for you. Mm-hmm. Well, I love how you chose him with the I'm going to go to that river when he he's a funny judge. He always teases the contestants with something similar to his background to theirs.
Gosh,
and when we come back to the break, we are going to hear you sing that. We're going to talk about the new songs you're doing and what you're going to be bringing to us. But I just want everybody to know that you are going to be coming back to the Hanover Theater for your homecoming tour. That's going to be October 10th, 2020. What that means is the people who had tickets before, those tickets are now good for October 10th. We'll be announcing that today. Literally, this is breaking news for all of our fans, and so it's coming to hear first on Behind the Scenes, which is obviously exciting. Anything you want to say before we go into the break?
No, I'm just really excited to get back to performing. It's been feels like it's been forever since my last performance, since all this started, and it's going to be really exciting to be back in the city of Worcester on October 10th.
Well, it feels like forever for all of us since we've all been able to come together to really enjoy a performance, Ricky. So by the time you come back here, we're going to have so much pent-up excitement that it's going to just blow the doors off the Hanover Theater and Conservatory. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be back after this quick break on Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater.
Communities, all my friends are so small town. Parents lived in the same small town. My job is so small town, provides little opportunity. Hey! Been traveling these wide roads for so long. My heart's been far from you, 10,000 miles gone. In my darkness I remember.
Four-chair turn behind the scenes at the Hanover Theater with Lisa Condit. And let's get right back to Lisa's live conversation with Ricky Duran.
I love the sounds of the poo, 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 right, Ricky?
Yeah, it brings you back. It's an emotional moment for me. I never really listened to it, but every time I hear that, it's just like it's just an iconic moment in my life,
And you held it together, and you sounded so amazing for the whole rest of the performance. It really was wonderful to watch, and I'm excited to see it live. But I know that it's not just about your past, it's about your future. It's about all of our future, right? So I want to touch quickly on Blake as your judge, and you must have gotten some extremely good advice. What do you think helped you the most from him? Because I'm going to apply this to our conservatory students in a second. So think about that. And what do you think really helped you the most with his advice?
So I think one of the things that he told me that stuck with me the most was I was performing. It was She Talks to Angels, and it was at rehearsal, and I just, I love the song, but I wasn't really, I don't know, I guess I wasn't feeling it or really getting into it. And he told me, the audience has to believe the performance, and that has stuck with me. Every song that you perform, at least for me, now I look at it and I read the lyrics and I try to get an emotion and figure out what the point is of the song and what's the emotion that I'm trying to get across. Because if the audience doesn't believe it, then it's not worth playing, basically. So yeah, I went back after that rehearsal and really delved into the song, and I think I did a pretty good job with it after that. But now I look at every song like that. So that was the best advice he gave me, I think.
And is that the same advice you would give to students who ask you, wow, if there's something that you think we should focus on, what would it be? Or would you give slightly different advice?
Well, it'd be a little different. It depends what they're trying to pursue. So a career in music, can be really rewarding, and it also can be very challenging because it depends if you're trying to make it as a performer. You never know when your break is going to be or if you're going to get a break. But I would really just encourage students studying music right now to obviously practice as much as you can, but also take every opportunity that's given to you, because you never know what it's going to be or lead you to your break. For instance, The Voice, I almost didn't audition, and it ended up being one of the best decisions of my life going in. So just basically, just keep pushing, because I've been doing music for so long, about 10 years as a professional musician playing out at clubs, and it took me up until, months ago on The Voice to really get recognition. So just keep pushing and follow your heart and your dreams. And I think I see it again and again. It's like resilience. If you go into something and you just are resilient, keep on pushing, and you deliver, for an amount of time, I think that most of the time you're going to get recognition eventually.
That is excellent. Excellent advice. Thank you. And so now, moving forward, where are you going with your music? What can we look forward to hearing from you?
So yeah, I'm working on a lot of original tunes that I'm really excited about. I'm actually recording a song called She Closed Her Eyes. It's a song I wrote in tribute to my mom, and I've had this song for about a year and a half. I've been, playing around with it, and I finally put the finishing touches on it, and I'm recording that. It's an acoustic song at my house. I'm looking to release it in the next 3 weeks with a video. It'll be on iTunes, Spotify. But beyond that, I'm really excited about that single. But I have a lot of other music. I just got to get into the studio. So when everything opens up again, that's going to be one of my first, things on my list to do.
I can't wait to hear those new songs. Any other teasers you want to spoil us with?
No, I'm just, I'll release the release date for the single in the next week or so. So just keep an eye out for that. Well, we will make sure that we promote that and we put it on your show page. And tickets are available for your upcoming performance, October 10th. Again, that's really when we're looking forward to coming back in the fall. Our website is the Hanover Theater, spelled with an RE.org. So looking forward to that. And it's interesting that you use the word resiliency so much, because another thing that we're announcing today actually is we have a board match for our resiliency fund due to, Corona. And if people can and they feel so inclined, any help is appreciated. And that's really to help our nonprofit organization come out at the other end of this, and we know we will, because we are resilient. And we're looking forward to coming together, and we're looking forward to opening our season with Ricky Duran. And so it's interesting to me that resiliency is the theme that you chose. It's symbolic. How are things going over where you are right now, as far as
you're in a different state than we are. You're in Austin, Texas. Here we are in Worcester, Massachusetts. So we have a dreary, cloudy, rainy day, and we're just waiting for spring. It's May 1st. Sun is poking through in Austin, Texas.
It's actually a beautiful day out here today. It's going to be, I think, like 85 or so. But things are good over here. I mean, for the most part, I've been sequestering myself here in my apartment, but I think that things have been a little better as far as, the coronavirus down here. I think Texas is a state that wasn't hit as hard as some others. But yeah, as far as, Austin goes, I love this city, and I can't wait to be performing here again. I had a show booked at this place called Antone, which is a classic blues club, and I was, I've always dreamed about playing there. And I had it booked for, I believe it was May, sometime in May. It got canceled, unfortunately, but, when all this comes together, I can't wait to get over there. It's like a dream come true to play at this venue.
Ricky, it seems like you've been trying to keep in touch with the fans through some of the Facebook Live concerts and songs that you've put out as well. I know it's not the same as playing live, but has that helped a little bit?
Well, it's helped for me, for sure. I realized during this whole thing, I need to perform. I've been performing for, live for 10 years, almost 4 or 5 nights a week. And it was so weird for me to just be like, okay, I can't perform live for people, so what am I going to do? So yeah, I do like twice a week. Wednesday, I have people on my Instagram live. I have other contestants from The Voice and other musicians join me. I kind of play host and like interview them, and then we go back and play a couple songs each. That's Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, so 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And then Fridays, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, I do like basically an hour set of music. I've been doing it for the last 3 weeks or so. But yeah, it's been helping out for me a lot.
That would be great for people to tune in and get their Ricky fix between now and October 10th.
Sure.
That's it, exactly, Lisa. You have to get the Ricky fix. Just as I listened to the conversation, one of the things, Ricky, and we heard the dramatic 4-chair turn, I thought Lisa asked an excellent question, but I don't know how you keep going after that. I don't know why you just don't go, yeah, and I don't know how you can keep singing. But it seems to me that the contestants, because you had said earlier about how far you went, and I'm sure that at first it's just, just please let me get 1 chair to turn. Oh, please let me just, go on. And then as you did, you keep going further and further, and there's got to be a point where you go, man, I can win this thing. The contestants who grow week to week, if you could just comment on that. So you start out as a 4-chair turn, so amazing talent to begin with, and then, by the time that we get to your final performances, even so far above that doesn't happen with every contender on The Voice. Some people, it seems to me, sort of where they start is where they stay. You were able to grow.
Yeah, well, I think the way that it played out was great for me because, the show starts out and you kind of have a limited amount of freedom as far as, the blind audition. You really just got to push your vocals. That's like a vocal moment. But as the show goes on, it allowed me to, really show that I'm more than a singer and instrumentalist. They let me play piano and guitar on one song on Let It Be. And I think when they let me bring my guitar out, it just added another layer of, musicianship and showmanship to my performances. So that was really cool. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to showcase, a lot of what I can do.
It's such a great story. And again, we're so pleased that you're going to be coming and performing live at the Hanover Theater. That's going to be October 10th. 2020. Tickets are available at thehanovertheater.org. Hank, anything else that you want to add? Because you you got Ricky talking about some exciting things there.
Well, I just want to say, I mean, and again, just playing off of the things that you had talked about, Lisa, but I mean, Ricky, just the way in which this journey is unfolding, I'll go back to the theme that Lisa picked up on, the resiliency. This, when you, as you have said today, you ended up making this great decision, but it could have gone the other way. Are there moments where you think about that? I mean, that you might have been. I guess where I'm going is it's amazing to me that there is so much talent. I mean, you're the same talented guy who was playing the banner, and yet now you're walking down the street and everybody knows your name, and you're coming back for a triumphant hometown concert at the Hanover, things that you dreamed of. The talent was there. Sometimes it really is just this break that you get and a decision that you make that you could have gone the other way on.
Yeah, 100%. I think about it all the time. I was playing. I was, happy doing, playing here at bars and clubs. But looking back, I'm like, wow, it was such a big break for me and such a big change, and it just brought me to the next level of being a true artist that people, would buy tickets to go see. And it's like you said, you just got to take every opportunity because you never know what's going to lead.
Boy, it's great. Lisa, this conversation that I had with Ricky this week really goes back to what we've been saying over the last month on behind the scenes at the Hanover Theater about how everybody is coping with all that they are going through.
Absolutely, and it's really about our personal connections with each other. So the spirit of behind the scenes lives on even when we put a pause on the performances, right, Hank?
That is so true, so well said. I think that brings us to the end of the show.
I think it does. And so until next week, everybody stay well and stay healthy, and I look forward to seeing you again at the theater.
Woman like her is good for me. She ain't a rebel, she don't even smoke. She's a real reason they made rock and roll. She'll test your temper just 'cause she can. A woman like her is good for me.